Hello students, welcome to the online classes of geography of class 12. Today is the second class for the second chapter, and today's topic to be discussed is related to trends in population growth. Under this, I have divided the whole topic into 5 subdivisions: resource technology and population growth, doubling time of population, spatial pattern of the population change, impact of population change, and the last one to be discussed is demographic transition theory. Now first, resource technology and population. In the under this category, the whole trend of the population till present, population growth trend till the present can be divided into 5 stages. Before Christ to this present scenario of 2016-17, or maybe we can say 2020, like that. So in this present trend, means following the trend of the population growth, the initial phase of that early humans, or what we can say before Christ era, at that time the growth of the population was very slow. Why? At that time the birth rate was also high, death rate was also high, and due to this, continuously, when there was a high birth rate, the population was curtailed down due to all sorts of diseases, due to epidemics, due to disasters, so death rate was also high. As a result, the population was just like at a snail speed, very slow growth of population. Now, there was lack of resources, there was lack of technology, so totally there was lots of what we can say full of necessities, but they were unable to fulfill their desires. So at that time the population growth was very slow. Second category of the stage is period of agricultural revolution. During this period, the sedentary, at that time, in the previous time, it was a nomadic in nature. They were migratory in nature. Where they used to gather the resources, they used to move to those areas, and continuously they were in a motion, nomadic, migratory in nature. Gradually they started, or they were able to develop the skill to make a sedentary lifestyle, means a settled lifestyle. Why? Because they started that is agricultural practices, but it was sedentary in the sense, means it was moving within that area by practicing that shifting cultivation. It was not a subsistent cultivation, practicing a subsistent cultivation. As a result, they learned the growing of crops. They started when they learned the growing of crops, means they need water, so they started residing near the river banks, and they were able to get the food, so that means their death rate started declining, and gradually the population increased. Then comes the phase of industrial revolution. That means the technology started. So what a result? The birth rate was not so very low, but death rate lowered down, and due to better health condition, due to sanitation facilities, due to proper diet, and due to lots of technological development, the population started increasing with an alarming rate. And gradually, with the transportational development, the condition of the life was much more better, and the present scenario of the era of technology, of computers, era of IT sector, now it is totally the high-tech people have been developed. At this present scenario, the death rate has declined, but not with the parity of the birth rate, because the birth rate has declined much more faster compared to the death rate. So what is the resultant? Already the population has increased in the previous years, but when the death rate has declined, but the blunder that has been done in the previous part of the phase of the growth of population, the consequences are being faced by the present generation. And the best example is now what we are facing it. So these are the phases. I am just showing it with the help of a graph. You can see this graph very nicely. This is the age of early history of man, that is before BC. This is where after that the agricultural revolution. This is the age of industrial revolution. Then comes the transportational development, and this is the era of this high-tech region. So you can see that this is the part where there is a sharp increase of population, and now the growth of population got static. But we are facing the consequences of this steep rise of population that was there in the previous phase of the population growth. Now next, doubling time of population. Now the 1 billion mark of the population was there in the year 1830. It took nearly 100 years to get to mark the 2 billion population. Gradually the time reduces because the birth rate did not fall, death rate fall. So the population growth gradually increase and the doubling time gradually reduces. So from 100 years it sharply fall to the 30 years to just cover a mark of another billion. And then by only 12 years gap from 1999 to 2011, another 1 billion has increased, and presently we are there for the 7 billion mark of population. So the time that has been taken to double the population is termed as doubling time of population. And if we see, the higher the developed the nation, their doubling time of the population is more, and lower the developed nation, their doubling time of population is less. If we see in this respect of development, developed nations are having more time span for doubling the population, and underdeveloped or developing nations are having less time for doubling the population. Now the next topic is spatial pattern of population change. It is just connected to the previous. The spatial pattern of population change means developed area, the population change means it will take more time to change the population, and the underdeveloped areas it will take less time to change the population. So this is the spatial pattern of population change. The countries having higher economic development indicates low population growth, and the countries having lower economic development indicates high population growth. Next, impact of population change. Now continuously the trend of the population growth or the doubling time, what does this indicate? That presently the fourfold of population has been there, the increase of population has been there. Now when there is such an increase of population, it is not only due to birth rate and death rate, high birth rate and low death rate, it is also due to mass migration. Now when there is a mass migration, what is the other result? Overcrowded slums, depletion of the resources, all sorts of deadly diseases that is continuously creating an impact or creating an effect on the death rate, and this is lowering down the population growth. So like HIV, the AIDS, all these were there in Africa, and that has reduced the population of Africa. Or in the common independent states, these are the epidemic diseases are continuously there to reduce the population growth. So this is the impact of population change. Now the last topic of today's is demographic transition. The word demography means what? Population. Transition means the gap between two phases. Now what is the two basic aspect of population? Rural aspect and urban aspect. Now when the rural aspect is there, that is the underdeveloped condition. When the urban aspect is there, that is the developed condition. And what is the transition zone? Partially rural, partially urban. We term it as a transition or the developing aspect of a nation. Like our country, we are there in a state of developing nation. So when a population change is there from rural aspect to the urban aspect, this population change is termed as demographic transition. Now this entire demographic transition is phased under 3 stages. Number 1 is high fluctuating stage, number 2 is expanding stage, and number 3 is low fluctuating stage. Now just I am focusing the thing on the basis of the diagram, on the basis of this graph. I am focusing it on the basis of this graph. You can see this graph over here. I am focusing it out. This graph shows the demographic transition. The first phase, now this graph is having 2 curves, birth rate and death rate. Now in this character, in this first stage, birth rate and death rate, they are continuously intersecting with each other. Sometimes birth rate is high, sometimes death rate is high. They are continuously fluctuating. So this is high fluctuating. And that over here, what is the trend of the population growth? It is stable, it is steady. Here the birth rate is high, death rate is also high. There are many reasons behind it. Why? Because they are not literate, their health condition is not up to the mark, they doesn't have that level of technology to gather their well-being of it. As a result, continuously the population is fluctuating, and that is why it is high fluctuating stage. So, countries of Bangladesh, countries of equatorial African countries comes under this category. Second is expanding stage. Now with the advancement of medical sciences and better transportational network, the distribution of the food is there throughout the countries. As a result, you can see this lower graph means the line is showing the death rate and the above one is showing the birth rate. So death rate has declined sharply, but we are unable to reduce the birth rate with that parity. As a result, a balloon-like structure has been developed over here. That means there is a swelling of the population. The population has swelled out, and this is termed as era of population explosion. Continuously the population exploded out, and because of this stage, the developing nations are coming under this category, and if they are reaching to the last stage also, they are facing the consequence of this explosion stage of population. India is one of the best example of this second stage. It is the expanding stage. And the third, where again you can find out that birth rate and death rate are again intersecting with each other, but they have lowered down the graph. They have continuously lowered down the graph. So this is low fluctuating. In some of the countries where the population growth is zero, somewhere it is negative. That means there is either death rate is more, birth rate is low, or their birth rate is comparatively so very negligible that population growth is very low or stable or zero or negative. Now the x-axis indicates the span of the time, underdeveloped, developing, developed, and y-axis indicates the death rate and the birth rate. As a result, we got the 3 stages of population demographic theory, and this was introduced by F.W. Notstein. So this is related to the population demographic transition theory, and whatever the country it is, whether it is underdeveloped, whether it is developing, or whether it is developed nation, every country passes through these 3 stages of demographic transition. So today I concluded my topic. No further questions for today. Let me complete the chapter, then I am going to proceed with the exercise and the board questions. Thank you for following the class.